Oh hey, welcome back. Last episode, I dipped my toes into the old school RuneScape experience, and this episode, I'm happy to report that I am literally drowning in a hellhole of my own creation. Yes, my Dunning-Kruger syndrome has shot through me like a bullet train, and despite all that, my crippling obsession with playing games for 16 hours a day has allowed me to stay determined to do something with this challenge. What am I doing with it? I don't know. So sit back and get ready to watch my descent into insanity. So where was I? Oh, right, the monastery. Gonna be honest, I didn't really record any of this. It was mostly, if not entirely, me just clicking a new monk every 30 seconds. I imagine my indifferent attitude would scar whatever monks were left alive, but I couldn't care less. This was all just another day of being exiled. And all I was after was XP. Because the grinding just required me to click on a monk every 30 seconds, I was given a lot of time to ponder, to research. Where the hell am I gonna go? Because outside of number get bigger, I was pretty lost. The biggest issue that was weighing on my mind currently was money. I'll need a lot of it to accomplish all of my goals. Goals? I'll get to that later, because right now I'm making my way back to Barbarian Village to explore one of the few free-to-play dungeons and one of the only dungeons in general that I have access to. Exiled and all that, you know the drill. I don't really need to explain it right now, but I'm on this tangent and should just stop talking. The Stronghold of Security could arguably be my best grinding location based on spawns, how busy it is, and all the other things I mentioned last episode. It is a pretty big dungeon with monsters ranging from level 5 all the way to level 159. Unfortunately, the drops aren't all that great, but that's not really what I'm here for. In fact, I already have a plan for where I will gold grind, but we'll talk about that another day. The Stronghold of Security was made to improve the security of player accounts by having them answer about whether or not it's a good idea to give your password to random people. And I mean, I joke about it, but in my opinion, it isn't all that of a bad idea. Aside from the absurd amount of questions you have to answer just to get from one side of the dungeon to the other, if this stopped even one person from getting tricked, I would consider it a victory for the creators of the dungeon. In any case, that doesn't matter. I'm just here to kill Minotaurs. Why Minotaurs? Well, for two reasons. The first is because I just wanted a better place to grind my combat skills, because, I mean, yeah, what else would I do when I don't know what to do? Well, I say I don't know what to do, but when you consider the second reason I'm here, it's sort of a lie. So I've been trying to figure out what to do with this account. I've alluded to the fact that I do have goals throughout last and this episode, but there aren't that many big goals I could even strive for. I can't get a fire cape, I can't go to Fremennik, and I can't even do Mage Arena. I don't know what that is, but I can't do it anyway, so... You're probably thinking, okay, cool, so you won't have a cool goal, but what even is the goal that you do have? No, that'll be a secret for now. Fortunately, for that tasty viewer experience, I can share something that I will need to do for any and all the goals I'll have in this challenge. And that is making that cheddar, baby! That's right, I will embrace my inner capitalist and make millions upon millions of gold. Now, the first thing I need to do to make billions of gold is become the world's poorest Grand Wizard. Magic offers a lot of very useful things in RuneScape, including, but not limited to, damage, lots and lots of damage, teleportation, alchemy, enchanting, bones to bananas, wait, what? While all of those are indeed useful, for me, I only really need spells that fit under two of these categories. When you think about it, if I'm exiled, why would I need to teleport to any cities? And also, I'm like 99% sure I can't even enchant, ever. Anyway, damage spells is an obvious one. Sole purpose is for leveling the skill, to get more damage spells, to get more damage spells, to get more damage spells. And the only non-damaging spell I need is High Alchemy, not Bones to Bananas. I know I'm sad about that too. Anyway, High Alchemy allows you to transmute an item into its raw gold value. And since I can't just stroll into town and sell my garbage, it's the only way I'll be able to grind the insane amount of gold I need to accomplish my first goal. What does this have to do with Minotaurs? Well, they're one of the only monsters I could kill at the time that drop noted rune essence, which, if brought to a runic altar, can be turned into any of the runes required for casting spells. So, killing Minotaurs gives me access to magic. Haha, no. Fun fact, this doesn't actually do anything for me because I can't unnote items. You need access to a bank to unnote items, and every bank that I would have access to is just conveniently right next to a pull booth. So yeah, that was a waste of time. I hate my life. Next on the list of, hey, how is it efficient for me to genocide this monster, are giant frogs. They're recommended on the wiki after monks because their proximity to Lumbridge, their large health, and low damage. Key targets for extermination. The downside is how goddamn popular this place is. I swear, as opposed to the monastery, where you would be lucky to find another person there, on every world I hop to, there would consistently be 2 or 3 other people also killing the frogs. This was also the moment when I decided to download Old School Runescape on my phone so I could grind while not at my desk. Additionally, like monks, I also had a fairly good source of healing. Not nearly as quick or easy as begging for heals from the monk I'm currently stabbing, but my route looked like this. I would get 2 to 3 logs from dead trees in the swamp. Then, fish until my inventory is full. Do a loop of cooking and fishing until either my inventory is full of cooked shrimp or I just ran out of wood. Then, head back to frogs, kill until I run out of food, and repeat. A neat bonus was big bones. A lot of monsters that inhabit the world of RuneScape drop some variation of the item bones or ashes. Burying or spreading these respectively will give you a small amount of prayer XP. And let me tell you, you are gonna need a lot of bones to level prayer. And big bones give around 3 times more XP than regular bones. And so with my kill time being roughly the same as the monks, I was gaining about 3 times as much prayer XP. And while most of the useful prayers were still far out of reach, it was a nice bonus to this grinding spot. Anyway, giant frogs, 2 out of 10, too much social interaction. If it wasn't obvious from the amount of times I've complained about it, I need to do just a little bit of grinding. And while the pastime of playing a game just to play it less has never made sense to me, I decided for my own sanity, and let's be real, how much gameplay I could get away with not recording, I thought it'd be worth it to spend some time checking out all the best places in RuneScape to wipe out a species. Okay, that's enough of those jokes. At the top of my list was giant frogs. While popular, they were without a doubt the best grind I had found at my current level. But what god gamer would I be if I didn't meticulously plan, track, and figure out the most optimal, sweaty, perfect, no mistakes, 100% 10 out of 10, 5-star gameplay? And so with that, I started my pilgrimage across RuneScape in search of a veritable holy grail that I could only hope existed. And even if it did, well, I'd have to pray I would find it. Why am I being so dramatic? While I doubted that the monks would appreciate my return to the monastery, I had to make sure that killing giant frogs was the most efficient grind I could possibly do. They better pray giant frogs are the superior monster, lest more monks succumb to my bloodlust. Must have been their day, unfortunately, because after only a few murders, I determined while I didn't have to heal as much, the amount of time I could spend multitasking during giant frog kills was more beneficial than not having to fish every 30 minutes. I had considered barbarians before I'd even thought about monks, but with no knowledge on reliable healing at the time, and the fact that I just couldn't kill them at the time, I passed up on it. But now, I was ready to unleash hell. Or not, because they were actually super inefficient and dealt way too much damage. Moving on! Those 4 guys! Which 4 guys? These 4 guys! Jeff, Rusty, Cuffs, and Narf. Who the fuck is Narf? Certainly not the most impressive looking bunch, but remember not to judge a book by their cover. You see, they drop some very valuable items with a fairly good drop rate considering their level and quantity. See, after the depressing realization that I couldn't do anything with the noted rune essence, I began looking deeper into any and all monsters that drop the specific types of runes I needed instead of just general rune essence. And while it would be more difficult, it really was my only option. Specifically what I needed was Mind Rune, as they're required for all 4 of the initial damage spells, meaning no Mind Runes, no magic. And while not my best option, at my current level and gear, it was worth a shot. But after half an hour, I knew there had to be a better grinding spot. Sure, it was easy, I would never have to heal, and they did drop the things I needed, but they didn't drop enough to be substantial in any way. I would be killing these guys for weeks, maybe months, just to finish the first step in my grand plan. And with that disappointing realization, I went back to exploring. Very early into my travels of the old school RuneScape world, I came across the Wizard Tower. It seemed completely useless to me at the time, but a quick look at the Wizard's drop table proved me wrong. They dropped runes, and a lot of them at that. So, naturally, I tried killing them, and promptly got my ass beat. So I decided I would instead grind combat until I could fight them without needing to go to the hospital after every fight. I was disappointed that there was no easy solution to this problem. I would just have to grind for hours and hours and hours. Or so I thought. Yet again, I was swiftly proven wrong when my random wiki searches brought me to dark wizards. Now, initially they seemed either really strong or just not relevant to my current task. This notion came from the incessant trolling videos about learning dark wizards to random noobs just trying to play and enjoy a 23-year-old game for the first time. And while I do think they're quite funny, they did sway my decision to grind them for a very long time. But now, desperate to shorten my grind, I was willing to try anything in order to make progress. What preceded was my greatest discovery so far in my entire playtime. Remember all that yapping I did last episode about grinding locations? Well, let me just skip that shit and just say they check all of the boxes. Quick route to monks, tons of spawns, no social interaction, weak as hell, and the best drop tables I could ever ask for. They dropped so many goddamn runes! Look at all these runes! This was it. This was my holy grail. My lottery ticket to success. My Trojan horse to this challenge that let me skyrocket my progress. My 11 out of 10 with genocide again grinding spot. And so Exile Bro killed. And killed some more. While he knew it would take time, he was content knowing that he had found what he was looking for. What seemed so far out of reach was in his grasp, and he would never let go. So I just wanted to add this little segment here at the end to answer some questions that you people asked last episode, and instead of answering them in the comments, I thought here would reach more people. Anyway, why play with these restrictions for your first character ever? Well, there are 3 reasons I added these restrictions to play. First, I didn't think it would be an interesting experience for me playing just an MMORPG where you click on the screen for hours and hours. Second, I didn't think I could make an interesting video out of it. I'm gonna be honest. Why free to play? I didn't want to pay money for a subscription. I'm not even joking. The general consensus of the RuneScape community is just to bite the bullet and buy the subscription, but I have a plan for this little aspect of the challenge, and I won't be free to play forever. Did you steal this idea? While I doubt those who are convinced of this will believe me, I like being transparent with everything I do. And with that being said, in all honesty, I did believe I was original with this challenge. And while I didn't say I made this challenge in my previous video, I clearly didn't do enough research into finding if I actually was or wasn't. And now, I would like to introduce you to Mountain Man, the originator of this Old School Runescape challenge. Links will be in the description. As for the talk about me deleting comments, well, blame YouTube's Automod for that. I myself have experienced my comments being deleted or shadow deleted by YouTube's Automod when similarly trying to give context about a video topic and other relevant YouTube channels. I actually never go out of my way to delete comments, which is probably a bad idea, but I'm a little lazy. In any case, I've never seen the argument of this person did it first as meaningful in any way. Mountain Man and I are different people, and I imagine our approaches to the game, the content, and its challenges are going to be different. And because of that fact, you should check out Mountain Man, because that means double the content. And again, links are in the description, you should check it out. What is the goal? I have left hints about my goals in various places. I also have a few goals that will be the overarching huge challenges to the series, but I plan on keeping that a secret, at least for now. But don't worry, there are some very big things that I have planned. What's up with the bad pronunciations? That is a good question. That wasn't on purpose, and I honestly feel pretty dumb. Will I quit or give up? No. I will not be deterred, and I will not stop. I will see this challenge through to the end, or I will die trying. They will have to pry my cold, dead hands from my keyboard before I stop my rampage on the world of RuneScape. I will have my victory. I will have my legend immortalized in this video series, so like, comment, and subscribe. What the fuck is wrong with me? When is the next episode? And that's all for this episode. Yeah, I said there'd be more progress in this one, but I got carried away with script writing, and, well, here we are. What is going on? It is Exile Bro, Mendev, just me. I am recording this many months after I recorded the original audio for this video, just as an explanation, because I did not expect this video to come out so long after the first one. I originally planned for it to be a few weeks to at most a month, but we're going on quite a few months now, and I feel like I owe people an explanation. The reason this has been taking so long is because I've been spending a lot of time working on other aspects of my content creation. I have 3 other channels now. Only one has videos so far, but I am working on all 4 of these channels fairly evenly, and setting them up originally has been taking a bulk of my time. But now that I'm finally done working on all the background stuff for them, I finally have time to get this video done. Hopefully, going forward, I'll be able to do 2 videos a month on this channel consistently, and maybe at the least 1 video per month, because even though a lot of my time hasn't been spent editing these past few months, it unfortunately still takes a lot of time to make these videos. But now that this video is finally out, I am ready to start working on the 3rd video immediately and actually get it done in a reasonable time. Anyway, I will let past Exile Bro take it over from here, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye. If you want to see where this ends up, you should subscribe and hit that little bell somewhere on the screen, which will notify you whenever I upload a video, or as I like to call it, video proof of my stupidity. Also, maybe you want to like and comment on what I could possibly do to not be terrible at this game. It'd help so much. That sounded sarcastic, but it isn't. Please, someone help. Join the Discord, check out the Twitch, links are on the description. Anyway, unlike this video, the grind never ends, so I gotta go. Bye!